been talking about. The rankings in other BWF tournaments or other badminton tournaments around the world are staged, so you won't find the likes of someone ranked 1,114 taking on anybody who's within, you know, that range. And this is going to be a very interesting match because so far that's now at 3,500 in terms of rankings. Everyone's over 1,000. So this is going to be a learning process for a lot of them. But as we said, a lot of players are away at the Indian Masters and at a key time as well. If you've just joined us, this is the first day of match day 8 of 11 in the inaugural Kopiko Purple League. February the 5th, the top 8 teams of these 12 district clubs from KL will be going to Resorts World Genting. Of course, we'll be there as well for the Champions Challenge. So it was very important. I was speaking to Samuel Nason on a podcast this morning about how to get as many points as you can from this. The tie score, I was just about to say before we heard from the managers, is 6-5. The difference between these clubs in 4th and 5th, Kepong in 4th and Petaling in 5th, at the beginning of this tie was 22 games. So currently it is not going perfectly for both of them, we're saying. Ian Harris Abdullah in the service judge. Sorry, Ian Spear in the umpire chair. And I think we're ready to get underway here with match number 4. Men's doubles, first men's doubles. The second men's doubles was already played. It was the first match because Chen and Shah needed to get to a national junior circuit tournament.
And I think it's very interesting to look at all these 4 young players, and definitely their world ranking are not the best, but again, this is the best platform for them, you know, to learn and to play under pressure because the teams want games from them, want them to win.
Exactly, there's a lot of responsibility. Get this initial point, and as expected from their world rankings, positioning not amazing. This could be the tie based on the big stars, and don't forget the mixed doubles that's coming up after this. Hendra Gunawan, Vita Marissa, former world number 1s themselves, against Ardiansha Putra and Tika Ningrum. That is all Indonesian mixed doubles. It's going to be incredible to
very
watch.
Interesting.
And with that turning up, that could go either way, of course. It means that whoever takes the lead here, and so far it's Liu and Tan, could change it at 6-5.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be 50-50 because both of them are new pair, and just like what AJ said for Petaling BC, it's first time them pairing, Liu and Tan, and Chin and Su. They don't pair too many times, but just like Sam said, they are very versatile.
And that's what you need. I think most of the transfers, I mean, you've been talking to a lot of players on Racket on Mondays at 10 p.m. on Astro as well, getting into, you know, the background strategies. It's about players that are quick and can get to 11 points as quickly as possible. Well, one thing I've noticed so far from this match is that a couple of other doubles pairs in this league would love to play either pair because there's a lot of space, there's a lot of time.
And most of the time we could see that Liu and Tan are very aggressive and keep smashing. And that's how you do it in doubles.
Well, I'm sure they've been ingrained into the club culture because, of course, we see the same thing from Chen and Shah as well. Smash base.
Wow, good one. I think they are coming back very slowly. Some players are slow starter. I should say Nico David, somehow she's a little bit slow starter, but then when the machine keeps going, then you know, you can't stop her anymore.
No, I think it's safe to say you can't stop her. Is this perfect? Got to get in on that slow start though. So 4 apiece between these untried pairs, and as Sharon said, possibly the first time that either of these pairs have been on TV. Have to deal with the pressure of that. As we get these early points out the way, the crowd are getting into it. You can hear the Kepong drums drumming away. They know how close this tie is. It's 6-5. And if Chin and Su can just keep this lead, this narrow 1-point lead, which has now gone to 2, it'll be 6-6.
You could see that he's changing his racket because he just broke his string.
On that note, did you see Chen earlier run out of the point, change his racket?
Yeah, very interesting.
Did it so quickly we didn't even notice it for a second, and then he was back on.
That is a skill.
It is a skill. It's an absolutely incredible skill. That was a good smash. Very nice. And that keeps it nice and even. It's 5-6 now. Serve back with Petaling. Now it seems the strings are breaking on the Petaling side.
Yeah, obviously we are going to see strings broken again and again because both pairs are really hitting hard. And it could be the string are very too high tension for him.
That's right. Donald was telling me about high tension strings. You were telling me about high tension strings. It's better, easier for smashing players. Right? Well, the Petaling fans that were praised so wildly by Janne Jorgensen, it was so nice to see him come out in his post-match interview and literally turn to the fans and go, "You guys are absolutely fantastic." It was his debut, of course. He just arrived beforehand, but we're getting to the business end of this game now, and as I said, if Chin and Su can pull this off, they're 3 points ahead, 6-all and tied up between the 4th and 5th place clubs in the Kopiko Purple League. Great defense.
Definitely.
Now a chance for them to attack.
This is one of the longest rallies so far, and it's very interesting and very powerful.
It has. Oh. Well, it was, I think, the longest rally we've seen to date. Long enough that...
Yeah, looking at Liu and Tan, definitely they're trying to bring the ball flat, or the shuttle flat. And that's when Chin and Su has to keep lifting the ball all the time in that rally.
Well, the great thing about that rally, of course, was it moved back and forth. And, you know, at one point, Petaling had the attack, and then it was Kepong that had the attack, and that was a deep serve there. Worked out quite well. So 9-6. Looking at the unforced error count, 3 apiece. Actually, that's not that bad at all. That's going to go up now, but of course, we saw a 7 earlier on from Nam Zhao Yu. We've seen a 10 unforced errors from Janne Jorgensen. The best to date over the 7 match days has been 6, and that was from Lim Yin Fan, who couldn't be here today, but apparently she's on her way back.
Yeah.
So that's how busy these players are now.
And
So
definitely it's early of the year. There are so many tournaments coming on. And not only Super Series, but there are smaller tournaments all around the world.
level 2, level 3, and level 4 tournaments. Grand Prix Golds being level 3, the India Masters. As you can imagine, the All England and the Super Series themselves are level 1 tournaments. And as we close out the first game there, as predicted, and that may have been a strategic move by James Chua and Samuel Nason, but this untried pairing has managed to come out and take that 11-7, as you can see, just 8 minutes, and that, look at that tie, 6-all, 6 apiece. So far, they will stay in the 4th and 5th. Tan Boon Hyung currently injured, as I heard from Samuel Nason this morning. Always looks as relaxed as always.
Yeah.
He never looks injured. But
I mean, who doesn't want Tan Boon Hyung to coach you, right? I mean, all these young players, definitely, it's a great thing to have seniors to come in and help out.
absolutely, and I think one of the things that Samuel Nason was actually telling me on the internet this morning was the fact that Tan Myung, as we're seeing here, whether he's playing or whether he's not playing, is so relaxed and so in charge of his game that he will literally go out and deliver and deliver and deliver. So
that's
even
his style.
if his arm isn't working, his mind is working. So
That's what we want, right?
That's
Either one.
Either one, both ideal, really. So
He's good. In case both shut off, then either one is good. That's what we need.
At least one, it's true. So 11-7, and Chin and Su with the serve. Can Yu and Tan come back into this? First doubles we saw was 3-2, remember?
Yep, definitely. We could see that the first game, actually, Liu and Tan came up very strong. And slowly, that's when Chin and Su started to play a very good strategy. And again, I mean, Liu and Tan, this is their first time pairing. So somehow the chemistry wasn't there yet.
And that does take a while to, I mean, you were a doubles player before. I said even before squash, you were a doubles badminton player as well. It takes a while to get that understanding.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Yu and Tan trying their best, and as you can see, still playing as a team, but facing another deficit. This time it's 3 points. It's an unforced error. It makes that 4. Now, you got to say, Sharon, that's 4-love down, 1 game down. Got to be a great confidence booster for Chin and Su.
Oh.
Not the ideal shot.
Yep. Oh, that's it. That's
That
a good
was
one.
called in. It was called in. It looked from up here in the commentary box that it was out. There's no contesting at all.
So it was in, 5-0.
I don't think we're going to get to see a replay of it. It was literally that uncontested, but 5-love now, yes. It's the unforced error count. Now, that's what's separating these pairs, because Chin and Su, to their credit, have kept their unforced errors down to 3. There are 7 clear winners, and it's possibly a bit too much for the Petaling pair.
Oh, again. Well, I mean, you are trying really, really hard, but somehow, you know, they are trying to catch up, and that's when being impatient doesn't help. So
It's a psychological thing.
yes. But it looks like Tan is trying to give some tips, like what's next for them.
Well, I have always said that we have yet to see an 11-love. Every time I've said it, it hasn't happened.
Yep.
But
Not
no,
again.
but actually, right now, I think, no, you're right. There you go. It is literally every time I say it. So we'll just keep it quiet next time. 7-1, 1-7, sorry. Oh, have you seen anything in their game? They've given the serve back there, but can Liu and Tan make anything from this?
It's pretty hard for Liu and Tan because most of the shots are half-court. And one of the reasons why that happens because the movement of both of them are still not settled yet.
Well, definitely with world rankings well over 1,000, there's a lot of work that can be cut into their games. So it's another unforced error, but again, still on 5 unforced errors and after 2 games for Chin and Su, which is admirable. Face a service now, which is so important. So 9-3 is what they're facing. They managed to keep the serve, but they're hanging on here to this 3 points, and it's so close. Can they keep relying on unforced errors?
No, they can't, because their opponent Chin and Su are very steady, and definitely they are trying to get as many points as they can and win 3-0.
Yeah, that's the aim of the game these days. It is pretty much set in stone already as to who is going to the Champions Challenge, the top 8 teams. As we look at game point for Chin and Su, 6 of them. And they get it off the first one. So it's 11-7, 11-4.
Definitely there's not much problem for Chin and Su, because they are more settled and they know where to place the shots most of the time. But Liu and Tan, definitely there are so many empty spaces around. And looking at their movement,
Yeah.
I think they have to work on that.
Right. I mean, when it comes down to it, now we look at the actual tie score. Once it's all been totted up, it's 8-5 with these 2 games that have just been won by Chin and Su. Again, there was a 22-game difference between 4th place Kepong and 5th place Petaling. By the looks of it, they are, in essence, this is the badminton equivalent of the draw.
Yep.
Because they will still stay in 4th and 5th. They will still make their way, most probably with just 3 matches left, 3 match days left, to the Champions Challenge, whereas JD has been pointing out all day, if they stay in 4th and 5th, we might be watching this exact same tie again. And so this could be a dress rehearsal for it.
Yeah, somehow the top 8 you would know already. But other clubs who are 9 to 12, I think they shouldn't give up. They should keep fighting, because you never know, you know, until the end.
It does say, as I said, it's Serdang Nusajaya, Kajang and Bangsa Hawks that are at the 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th spots. They're 20 games off at the moment. So what it would take was, you're right, it can happen, but it would mean that Moa City would have to leave probably 16-1. Let's face it, that might not happen at the rate they've been putting their games together. But again, this is the inaugural Kopiko Purple League. We have no defending champion, so this initial standing of the tables is just a mark, a benchmark. I'm sure as a national athlete, Sharon, it's a benchmark you set for yourself, and then you move on.
It's always what's next in the future, and definitely the first one is an indicator for everybody, what's wrong, what's right.
And then you try and make it better the next year. Well, definitely Kepong and Petaling being 4th and 5th have a lot to aim for. Samuel Nason was going for 2nd. As we just look at the early points of this 3rd game, it's a 2-game lead now to Chin and Su. That's made it 8-5 on the tie. And they're playing with a lot more confidence now. We noticed this with some of these younger players as well, that once they know that they've got the bit between their teeth, they really start playing a little bit better.
Yeah. Somehow in these type of matches where there are pressure, because each club wants their player to win, and somehow some players take some time to have that confidence. We call it match confidence.
Match confidence.
Yeah, you can train well, but sometimes when you play, you won't play well.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons why the Kopiko Purple League was set up, to give players like this an experience of, as you said, match confidence. I think that's a great term as well, which I shall now be using every time. Don't worry, I shall credit you, Sharon, every time I say it as well. So, 3-all. Looking good so far for Kepong. And I can tell you, Samuel Nason is clapping. He's currently sitting with his club, and he's had a couple of match days that didn't go his way, where there were a lot of 3-2s. He's managed to find himself the 4th spot, and a big threat here. But he's, especially with a tie like this, managed to at least insulate himself. Don't forget, each of these matches is tied into the next match. And the next match, Hendra Gunawan and Vita Marissa will be their opponents. So it would be ideal if it was 9-5 at the end of this.
Yeah.
Because just insulates that.
But again, looks like Chin and Su are having a good time so far. But having said that, Liu and Tan definitely has stepped up in this third game.
Yeah. They're trying their best. I think the confidence and momentum definitely with the pair in yellow at the moment. Well, that could have been an open point. And what an important point it could have been. But it's another unforced errors.
Yeah.
Now still in the third game, 9 unforced errors from Chin and Su. 17 from Liu and Tan. So another chance for Petaling to possibly, I mean, it's a long way back from the Ashara, isn't
Yeah,
it?
as long as Liu and Tan puts the shot in the correct place and not half court, that's when they have the opportunity. But again, if they make unforced error, then so far I don't think there's chance because Chin and Su looking very strong.
They are, and they're keeping their unforced errors down. And what we saw in the first men's doubles, which kicked off this tie, Chen and Xia, the Smash Masters, were nullified by a mid-court game. It was a half-court game by shuttles that landed at their feet. They couldn't get drives, they couldn't get their smashes. Because of that, it was Wood and Low came out and 3-2, but in the strangest way. They won the first game, they won the fourth and fifth game. So it was fantastic to watch a match to kick off the tie. Now, while we've been telling you that, the second men's doubles, which is what you're watching now, the fourth match in this tie has just gone pretty much to Chin and Su. It is at 9-6 or 6-9, sorry. Another great rally. Well, that's beautiful defense.
Oh, nice.
Unlucky.
Yep.
Very unlucky indeed.
Well, the Chin and Su step up a little bit faster to the front. That makes so much difference. Taking opportunity really well at the right time. I think that helps a lot.
That was, sadly though, such a key point for them because that has now given their opponents, even after such a, as you said, incredible defense, 4 match points to Chin and Su, and this is going to give them a 3-point insulating cushion from whatever happens in that mixed doubles, massive mixed doubles match that's coming up after this. They haven't got it yet. And that's what it's really coming down to here on match day 8 for all of these clubs. Points do count, yes, but only in the event of games being tied. So it's really about games. Match point serving against it.
That's a great one. I think it's an automatic reaction. I think from training, you know, putting the shot, look at that, easily to the back.
Yeah. Question is now, can they pull a game back? And within striking distance, no, it's an unforced error in the end. So a respectable 12 unforced errors for Chin and Su. Both these pairs, remember, untried and weren't first choice because of the India Masters and some of the other commitments that have been going on. Of course, Petaling, Gobi Shem would have been on the other side of that net. So all in all, to come out with that 12 unforced errors, not bad.
Not bad. Both pairs are very young pairs and definitely they did very well. But Chin and Su looks like, you know, they are more settled and more calm, and they took the opportunity really well, especially with their smashes.
And that's 20 minutes it took, 11-7, 11-4, 11-8. Let's find out from the boys what they think. Kepong 9-5 up in the tie. They're on court with JD. Let's hear from them.
All right, down here with the players who just picked up the points for the men's doubles. How tough was that match just now? Was it a very tough match?
We just got a little bit mistake. This match is not very tough for us, but we all our best. Then because we got 3-0, our class got extra bonus for us. So we all around fight.
So it's all about winning 3-0. Gives your the next team a lot of cushion. Now for you though, each time you guys play, you guys win. Are you happy with this partnership? Do you want your manager, your coach, to keep pairing you guys together?
Actually, we partner. This is the second time, so I feel better our partnership. So if as can, also up to our manager. But if better, we still can partner together. Yep.
Congratulations anyway. It's a win for Kepong PC. Back to you in the commentary box.
Well, I suppose you could say if they've played once, then it's some experience. But what did you make of this, Sharon?
Well, they started really well, especially Liu and Tan. But that's when Chin and Su, like I said, they were the slow starter. Once they got the rhythm and stuff, and it's very hard to stop them. What I can see is Liu and Tan, they leave a lot of empty spaces through their movement, because since they said this is their first time being partnered.
Yeah.
So overall it was good, but then Chin and Su are just much better.
Well, as you can see there, actually a very good unforced error total, but both pairs really were stand-ins, and I don't mean that in any disrespectful way. They were stand-ins because they've been paired together, because it's a league system that a lot of people, a lot of these players have not had to deal with. Now we've seen big stars already come out, but look at this: Hendra Gunawan, Vita Marissa, Aryansha Putra and Tegan Ingram. Putra and Ingram have been paired up well in the Kopiko Purple League. Hendra Gunawan and Vita Marissa are former world number ones.
Oh wow, they are fantastic players, and especially Vita Marissa. So I think Vita and Hendra would have the opportunity to win much better today.
You could also look at it as this would be the biggest test for Tika and Aryansha, who have paired up quite well. Aryansha Putra started off the Kopiko Purple League paired up with the Chinese player Chen Zhao, but halfway through, she was then helped up by Tika and Ingram, and they have come up with the goods. Tika does the network, Aryansha's at the back, but they're about to get tested by the best, and that's where we're going to see how good they actually are.
And very interesting as well to have import players from out of Malaysia get to play better players.
True, we'll get to that in just a second. The managers are on court, and let's find out what they have to say about this incredible mixed doubles match coming up.
All right, down here with the managers. Once again, let's speak to Kepong BC boss Samuel Nissan. This is the first time, if I'm not mistaken, you're using Hendra in the mixed doubles. How well do you see him combining with Vita?
Actually, as a matter of fact, in 2011, Hendra and Vita were world number one. So about the combination thing, I think that's pretty much settles it. But I think that it has to be taken into account that Hendra Gunawan's age is catching up with him. It'll be interesting to see how he pairs up here.
Thank you very much, Samuel Nissan. Over to Lieutenant Colonel Wong Arjun from Petaling BC. This pairing, the last match, small mistakes, right? But you're still playing them despite what happened. You stuck with them. Why?
Sorry. We are confident they will do well. It's, because they have been playing for last 4 ties, and only one mistake the last time. I believe they learned from that mistake, especially Tika. I'm sure tonight they will give the best.
Thank you very much. Back to you in the Ibo Court commentary box.
Well, Samuel Nissan being as honest as always and saying that possibly age is catching up with Hendra. You spoke to him. You spoke to him.
I mean, not Hendra. I spoke to Hendra Setiawan. They are about the same age.
Oh, right, of course, yeah.
But definitely look at this. Aryansha not that young
32,
as well, but
right,
experience plays a very important part for all these oldies, I should say. And the good thing is, this format suits the older players, the seniors, because they use their skills.
Yeah.
But they want to finish it as fast as possible.
Well, Tika at 25 is possibly the youngest person on that court, I would have thought, and she's standing with, you know, three very, very, very experienced players indeed. Yep, Henry Gunawan, also 32, but still ranked 66 in the world. So I think, you know, so solid, and has been to every level of badminton that you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
So.
And having to partner Vita Marisa, I think they're just too good today.
Yeah. Vita Marisa 33 now, so yes, it is confirmed that Tika and Ingram, this is probably the biggest match that she could think of, really.
Yeah.
But she has picked up her own game. It has to be said. Whether she can match the likes of Vita Marisa and Henry Gunawan, I've watched them play for years, and they can be 64s, really, and I still think that they go off and put in a pretty good game. Stephen Ong in the umpire chair. We've got Lim Su-ching in the service judge area. We're just about to get underway. This is match 5 of 6. Coming up after this will be the final men's singles. Nur Azunayev against Sutek Shi. That's also going to be an incredible match. But first, let's get this one going. It's the Kopiko Purple League live and exclusive on Astro Supersport channels 816 and 834. And of course, you can get all the details you want on www.purpleleague.com.
Oh, that's a very short start. Well, it happens sometimes, you know, when you get nervous, misjudge, things like that.
So it's not because they're older.
No.
Of course not.
The older, the wiser.
The older, the wiser. That's right. Oh, great little dummy there from Vita Marisa, who does that instinctively. And it's no surprise that they've raced off to a 3-love lead here. We said that Aryansha and Tika would be pushed. So far, I think it's just the reputation alone that is probably facing them.
Yeah, that's very true, especially young players playing with their idols, especially on court. Somehow the confidence level and mental, they lose already at that point. So, but this is a great exposure, not only for Malaysians, but you see, for the world as well.
Yeah.
And maybe Aryansha and Tika has not played with their seniors.
Well, yeah, exactly. They would have seen them on TV. So, currently right now, it is 4-1. Now gone to 2-4. A chance here. That was a very nice serve indeed. Tika doing what she does best at the net. And that was a really nice hook smash / kill.
Tika has worked really hard.
She really has.
6 shots in a row towards Tika.
Yeah. She's upset with herself for that, as it just splayed off the racket. But from 4-love down, they're now 4-all, and as you can see, she's as passionate as can be about doing this. That's Gunawan just getting a wipe down. Put in a solid performance, as you can see there. The unforced error is 2 apiece. 5-4.
Yep, that's in. Tika plays a very important part right now, because looks like Vita, and also Hendra is trying to attack her all the time. But at the same time, Ardian Shah has to work hard as well, taking all the high shots and put the best smash he can.
As usual, mixed doubles and doubles, points falling so quickly.
Yeah, quick one from Vita. And definitely she's very famous for being very quick and fast at the front court. And look at this, no time.
I just wonder though if, especially the speed of Tika is going to start moving them around. Tika's not phased, as you can see. There's that push, they're setting it down. That's the only difference so far between both of them.
There's a great push from Ardian Shah looking at Hendra. I think Hendra was out of balance at the back and having to dive a little bit to save the shot.
Getting to the business end of this game now. 8-9.
Unforced error. But looking at the score, right now it's 10-9. It wasn't like what we predicted earlier. We thought that Vita and Hendra would just beat them easily.
They do seem to be moving a bit slowly, I have to say. Quick on the shots, yes, and they've got that game, 11-9. But I think in terms of overall movement, the speed of Tika.
Definitely a close match. Vita and Hendra started quite well earlier, but we could see that Ardian Shah and Tika's also moving around very well, like you said, because of their age and stuff like that.
And also, Tika looks fired up for this as well. I did see her downstairs just for a second before I came into the commentary box. Looked a little bit nervous, actually, I have to say. But now I'm absolutely ready for this. It might be because of the tie score. It might be because of the fact that she is, in fact, as I said, probably playing at 25, definitely playing legends to her that she's seen before.
Yeah. And I should say that I really admire the woman player who plays in mixed doubles, because definitely the strategy is to attack the women player. So they have to be steady, be brave, and be confident at the front court normally.
And have reflexes like a cat.
Oh wow, cat.
Yeah. Or whatever has the fastest reflexes. Yeah, I suppose we could say that. It is a dangerous game in the net, it's true, and you have to be really good. On that note, by the way, as we just watched another mistake, if you're new to the Kopiko Purple League, check out a player called Chow Mei Kwan for Moa City, because she's amazing. She's 18, and she has been playing that role as well up front incredibly well. And to date, if I'm right, has not lost a match.
Yeah, I had the chance to interview mixed double champion Liliana Natse. She was saying that the way to be world champion is work hard, never stop learning.
Yeah.
And I thought that's very interesting for the young ones to hear from her.
I think more of those messages should go out. As you well know, with me, essentially, there is so much more than just getting on court and winning. It is literally, as you know, as a national athlete, about training and determination and moving through and never giving up.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, the points here. So you look at that tie score, 10-5. Now, this was kind of expected, you could say. And with this one match left after this, Samuel Nason, I can see him sitting next to Tijing Yi, actually, who's still, of course, injured, but getting much better. He would be happy with this extra 5 games if they can keep it. Tika was never ever going to get up from that.
Out of balance, half court, and that's when Vita Marisa comes in.
Yeah, and she does actually look very tired now as well, Tika. She's been doing all the running. Oh, but look at that, that's a full stretch. I must say, I've been impressed with Ardiansha Putra over the last 7 match days.
Yeah, definitely.
Very solid, very solid.
So far, Ardiansha complements Tika really well. I think they know each other, and you know, the style of playing fits each other well as well. Just that somehow when you play someone very strong like Hendra and Vita, that's when you could see mistakes here and there.
Exactly, yeah.
And also, you know, but it's a good thing so that their coach could see where to work on before the next match.
Absolutely. But I think that possibly Hendra Gunawan and Vita Marisa were expecting an easier match than this. I would have thought. Maybe that's the kind of problem that the big established stars have to deal with. That, you know, they would walk on there. I can tell you on that note, though, that Janne Jorgensen, when he walked on, he probably had about 3 minutes of nervousness, and after that, it was just absolutely perfect. He's sitting there with very long hair at the back. You can just see him off screen. Well, there aren't very many times I've seen Vita Marisa on the floor like that. And she did get up and recover there. Or recovered quite well.
Yeah, they are trying to hit the same, same shuttle, I should say. But that happens. Somehow players are moving around really fast on court. And that's when if you play more with each other and you know more about each other as well.
So. Seven all, and this game turning out to be a lot closer than we thought.
Oh, it's a hard position for Ardiansha to save the shuttle. Look at this. A flick to the back.
Oh, that would have been an incredible shot.
Too fast to the front.
He went too fast to the front. He was too big to come back. Wow.
Always from Vita Marisa.
Always from Vita Marisa.
That's when she finished it.
Yeah, you don't want to leave the shuttle anywhere near that.
Yeah, it's clearly a good shot from Vita because that's a great opportunity to finish it.
You could just see a second there where they actually saw that she was about to hit it and they moved back because they knew exactly what was coming. Now, Tika is the only one at 25 here who's a little bit upset with the fact that this is just moving towards statistics. Hendra Gunawan and Vita Marisa know how to win matches. What a rally.
What a
rally that was. And they're very happy to be walking away with that. Look at the amount of space here in the middle.
And she was late to the shot, but that's when the experience comes in. And look at her, just place the ball, the shuttle forward.
Fantastic from Peter Marissa, really fantastic stuff. And I think that's where the smile's coming from. So 11-5 now, looking good for Samuel Nason. As we said in the previous 7 match days, even though Kepong are in 4th place, he has not had the best of runs in his eyes. I've watched, obviously, a lot of them, which have gone 3-2, 3-2, and he's only picked up a point or 2 at a time. So to be in 4th place, he's aiming for the top 2. I don't know myself if anyone can catch one, because they are literally incredible in this person.
It's possible, but challenging, because they not only have a very good players, but they have balanced players. I think that's
right.
very important in this format.
Yes.
You don't just rely on 1 or 2 players.
And that would support your strategy after that you've got versatile utility players that can fit into it. So about to get this 3rd game underway, and it looks, well, actually, I can't say it's going to look immediately like it's going to go to Vita and Hendra, because the speed of Tegan Ingram and the solidity of Ardiansha has at least made it close. Currently 11-9, 11-7.
Oh, nice net.
These net shots that are making the difference.
That's a nice push. Very easy for Vita. Definitely Vita controls the front court really well. Even Adyan Shah, he wasn't sure where to put the shuttle, either to smash or the front court, because...
Exactly, it's all covered. And what we're seeing here now is a couple of just absolute legends that are just, it's almost muscle memory. They're going through the actions and just coming up with good points.
Right. Oh, what is that? So far it goes really fast in this 3rd game. And I should say 4 points from Vita.
I'm not going to say it, Sharon.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to say it.
Don't.
I'm not saying it.
I know what you wanted to say.
Well, what I'm saying is it's 7-love to...
It's very interesting to see what Adyan Shah and Tika are going to do after this, because looks like the momentum of their opponent are really, really good.
Well, we did say they were going to get tested, and now they really are being tested, because just as we saw just then, the last shot from Vita Marissa to set up the tumble and then be ready for the hook smash as well.
Oh,
that's incredible. Absolutely incredible. I didn't even say it that time. I think I was thinking it. Well, definitely the Hendra Gunawan smash that I remember has lost a couple of kilometers an hour, just a couple, but it's still, you know, very technical, really nice. It's good to watch.
But looking at this, I think it's good that Tika and Adyan Shah are a little bit more patient before taking their points.
Very
Somehow
true.
they have to.
Yeah, they have to from now on. I mean, there's literally last chance saloon. 14-13 on the unforced error count. Most consecutive points from, well, no, based on the statistics, you know how statistical I am, it's not looking good for the Ardiansha and Tika. It's not looking good at all. But you never know. We have 7 match points here. Looks like... Oh. And with that one out, you can see compassionate hug from Hendra Gunawan to Vita Marissa. They've left such a legacy in badminton as it is for doubles, and now for them, this was essentially for you, Sharon?
Yeah, look at the match between Vita, Hendra, and Tika and Adyansha. It's like one way. Definitely not because of Tika and Adyansha are not good, but definitely their strategy of their opponent are just quite perfect.
Exactly, it's perfect in its muscle memory. So as we look at a confirmation of that, we've just got both of them on court ready to speak to JD. Let's hear from them before we get to the final match of this time.
All right, with the mixed doubles team have picked up yet three more points for their club. And the big question is, how happy are you to be reunited at the Kopiko Purple League right now?
So we're all happy, I think also me. And then also the happy too because the first time, there's already long time, no partner. Yeah. And then all for the Kepong BC.
Okay, now one more question is, right now if I'm looking at the standings, I'm thinking Kepong BC is 4th right now. With this win, you think you can push up and challenge the top 3?
Yeah, I hope that Kepong BC can push up maybe until 2. Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I like that. Congratulations, another win for Kepong BC. Back to you.
So, Sharon, as we look through some of the highlights, what did you make of this?
Definitely the strategy of Vita and Hendra is to keep smashing and play aggressive. Especially Vita. She's using her front court skill really, really well. And that puts so much pressure on Tika and Adyansha himself. So Adyansha couldn't do anything. There's no lifting up or any high shots for them to smash. So overall, on strategy and experience, they are all to Vita and also Hendra.
Well, there was that little, as I said, the tumble shot and then to catch the hook smash on the way back. But this is what you're talking about here. It's just good positioning, good line.
Yeah, definitely. Look at Vita and Hendra. They complement each other really well. When Vita at the front to put a very good soft touch, and that's when Hendra looking strong and keep smashing.
So as we look at some of the stats for that, well, actually pretty good unforced errors all day today, I have to say. But in the end, that really was about just knowing how to win a match, knowing how to ground out a match against the hardest of opponents. Adyansha Putra and Tika Ingram were tested. They were tested by the best, and they still came out with a good number of points. Whether those points will make a difference in the long run depends on whether the games are tied. And one of those permutations is gonna be based on this. The final men's singles, Sutek Ji, of course, who took a game off Lee Hyun-il, also against Nur Azmin Ayub, who has been tried as a doubles player, liked it, but to you, is he more of a singles player? For me, Sutek Ji, absolutely one of the stars of the future.
Yeah,
really
I agree with you. Look at Sutek Ji, who was the Asian Junior Champion before. At the same time, looking at Nur Azrin, a very young player. Somehow they are like our third tiers. After Liu Darren, I mean, of course, Lee Chong Wei, Liu Darren, Chong Wei Feng. Then we have Go Soon Huat, and Sutek Ji and Azrin would be the third level of players who are coming up very, very fast.
I mean, there are big gaps between them. Obviously, Liu Darren and Chong Wei Feng, and then it would go down.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, from what I've seen of him, as I said, he's incredible. And let's find out what his manager has to say and what Nur Azrin's manager has to say. Kepong in the lead right now in this tie. They're on court with JD.
All right, with the managers, one final time for this particular tie. As usual, we speak to the home side first. Samuel Nissan from Kepong BC. Can Nur Azrin deliver the goods for you today, or are you slightly concerned at all?
Well, I'm strongly positive that he will deliver the goods, but I'm not sure whether it's going to be 3-2 or 3-1. But Sutek Ji is really a tough opponent. But I'm confident that Azrin is, since he's so comfortable with the 11-point system, I think that he stands a good chance of winning this. It's just we're not sure what's the margin going to be like.
Thank you very much, Samuel Nissan. Over to Lieutenant Colonel Wong Ajit right now from Petaling, BC. You've only used Taeji in the early part of the season. Are you worried he's slightly rusty getting back into the whole Kopiko Purple League system again?
No, actually, he was involved in a couple of tournaments. He was away in Thailand, and the last time was away in Kuching, and he's back now. So hopefully tonight he will bring the win for us in the last match.
Thank you very much. Last match, let's enjoy it. Back to you in the Ivo Court commentary box.
Well, as you were saying, Sharon, we've got two candidates here who would love to take over the spot of Sei Chong Wei Feng or Sei Lu Darren.
And actually looking at them, I would love to see them playing in the final of Grand Prix Malaysia or Malaysian Open one day.
It would be great, wouldn't it, to see them in national colours? And I think that's one of the aims of the Kopiko Purple League, is to unearth someone who's not going to be wearing a red shirt or a yellow shirt or a blue shirt or the Serdang shirt with the floral patterns on the side.
That's very interesting. I have few. So now I'm collecting more because it's nice to have their jersey, you know, from different clubs, different color. I know.
Once again, that's the kind of stuff that happens on Racket. That is actually the first Malaysian TV weekly magazine Rackets review. Sharon hosts it on Mondays at 10 p.m. on Astro Arena. Now, while we're doing that, because this is a singles match, Jano Jorgensen, for the first time ever, I've seen him without his ponytail, is sitting in the manager's box. Look, he's got
very long. Look at him.
Look at that.
Wow.
First time I've seen that ever. I got to talk to him in the Super Series finals. It was all tied up. It's always been tied up. But yeah, look at that. And so he's on hand. Always good to have a world number 3 to talk you through it. And let's see what he's told Sutekshi.
Nice smash. Both of them has different style of playing. For example, Su Taeji.
Definitely.
Although, I mean, lots of them say he wasn't that impatient sometimes, but he could use his strength and also his height
as well. Yeah.
But Azrin, look at him. He's always in the move, looking around and very explosive.
I think the difference, as I said, I've seen from both of them is the fact that Azrin's speed and his power, if it catches you out, then that's it. But if Sutekshi gets into his pattern of play, he seems to be the more organized of it. So this could be a long match, there's no doubt about it.
Oh, yep.
Well, I have to say, if Azrin's smash isn't working, then he's going to be in trouble, and he's going to be in a lot of trouble as well.
This is when the word consistent is very important for everybody. Anybody can hit a smash or net play, but can you do it 100 times the same shot?
Exactly.
Same good shot? Just like what Lee Chong Wei did most of the time, you know. That's why he trains very hard to perfect every shot that he has.
Well, I mean, as everyone saw as we were watching Astro Supersport earlier, Jano Jorgensen came out, and I think at the end of the second game, he was at 4 unforced errors. It was an incredible performance by him, and it really did show the jump up in level that the top 3, the top 4 have. Kenichi Tago, we saw it with him as well. And we're so gifted to have the world number 3 and the world number 4 here playing in KL. I'm loving it. As we see that Azrin's nice drop shot. That might be a good weapon against Sutekshi. His height might work against him.
Azrin is trying to use his speed and taking the shot really, really fast. Cut down the shuttle in the air. And somehow Taeji, I think, should use his height most of the time to do lots of good smashes. interesting as well when mental comes in. Most of the players, they train under the same coach, same style, same program. But each of us has different type of approach of mental in the game.
Yeah, yeah.
So whether you can put whatever you learn from training to court or to a match will make so much difference.
And with a court that's as noisy and as I said, as energetic as this, it's got to be even more difficult. As we see there, Sutekji just using that strength, using that height of his to just push Azrin back. Azrin a bit out of position. Do you find Azrin's positional sense is bang on, is perfect?
I think he's fine, just that sometimes he rushed too much, you know. He should be settled in the middle and beware where's the next shot, and rather than going too fast.
As we saw there, just a couple of steps too much. But if he gets his smash going, oh, great recovery, great defense, but that one's gone wide. So we are in the end now seeing